So I found an article on Very Well Mind about cognitive dissonance, and I realized that there's a lot of it in the natural hair community, so let's get into it. The two signs that I feel show up the most in the community are trying to justify decisions and doing things because of social pressure. The lengths that y'all will go to justify why we have to use all of these heavy oils and butters and creams and wash our hair with clay and do all these things to force water into our low porosity hair when it's been proven over and over and over that it was never supposed to be this hard is mind-blowing to me, because the reasons y'all give for why it's necessary only ever seem to be because you had the misfortune of being born black with curly hair. And I cannot tell you how many times the message comes across as though you're not a true natural unless you're doing all of these things for your hair because of how much y'all glorify the struggle. These are the examples of cognitive dissonance that the article gives. How I see it showing up in the community is, you know that the community was meant to empower black women to wear their natural hair. Black people, I should say. But you shame black stylists for speaking while having short hair. You know that part of the community's mission is to dismantle anti-blackness, but when somebody says something you don't agree with, you tell them that their hair looks dry and nappy because it doesn't look like the hair that you secretly put on a pedestal for yourself. You also know that oil and water don't mix because oil repels water, but you keep insisting that you need oil to seal it in, and that it's actually gonna work, like it's just gonna defy science for you because you want it to. How strong dissonance is can be influenced by how personal and valued the belief is, especially if it's about your own self. And it's disheartening how deeply y'all believe that black hair is harder to take care of just because it's not like other races' hair. The natural hair community has y'all believing that your porosity and curl definition and detangling issues are because you have your hair and you were born with your hair, rather than it being because of what y'all are doing to your hair. Hair struggles are not innate to blackness. Therefore, it's not you and yourself that's the problem. Because if that were the case, why was your hair behaving so well when you were a child, washing weekly and doing less to it? But according to the natural hair community, it just takes trial and error, and natural hair is a journey, and you just have to be consistent and be patient. There's never any real answers, just keep trying, you'll get it eventually. Then there's the impact of dissonance, like adopting beliefs and trying to explain away your behavior. Like when y'all say that black hair is too fragile for shampoo, so that's why you don't use it. When really the issue is, you were just using a shampoo that was too strong, too often, and then not using something more gentle to calm your hair back down afterwards. Probably the biggest one is only seeking out information that confirms existing beliefs. Like how y'all will only listen to people that parrot the same information that you hear from your favorite natural hair YouTubers. Which is why when a licensed cosmetologist shares the information that they paid to learn and are now giving you for free, you disrespect them because of the length and appearance of their hair, even though they may have hundreds of pictures and videos worth of proof on their socials that they know what they're talking about, because the information makes you too uncomfortable. And finally, changing beliefs. Changing the conflicting cognition is one of the most effective ways of dealing with dissonance, but it is also one of the most difficult, particularly in the case of deeply held values and beliefs. Y'all don't want to change what you know because you genuinely believe your hair is hard because you're black, because your hair is this or that porosity, because your hair is 4C, because it's short, because it's curly, because it's your fault for being born with your hair. Have you ever thought that maybe it's not because of a personal fault you can't control, but because you don't actually know what you're doing and neither do the people you're listening to? But the sad part is, some of y'all will already be heading to the comments to spread evidence of your own cognitive dissonance because there's too much conflict with the beliefs that the natural hair community has manipulated y'all into having for you to feel okay with asking, wait, yeah, why is this all my fault? Why do we do these things? Why did I never question any of this? Why are we the only race not allowed to wash our hair the way other people do? And why do the reasons only ever have to do with our blackness?